Josh Rosaria, and I am a field organizer with Organizing for America right here in West Palm Beach. I am so happy to be here with all of you today to share this special event. Volunteering is the most powerful tool that we have in this campaign. The very people that President Obama is fighting for are working hard every day to ensure that their voices are heard and their communities are represented. And that is what is going to carry us across the finish line. You. Our neighborhood teams need you to help them knock on doors, register voters, and make phone calls. Since 2008, Organizing for America has been on the ground here in Florida, rallying supporters just like you and training volunteers. 4 years ago, we won because we talked to our neighbors and our friends, and together we organized neighborhood by neighborhood and block by block. This campaign has always been about grassroots organizing, and across the state, there are people who share your beliefs and your passion. So we need to keep fighting to re-elect President Obama and Vice President Biden because they are fighting for us. And we know that they will continue to stand up for us and keep standing up against those who are trying to move our country backward instead of forward. And here in Palm Beach County, we have the most dedicated people making sure that everyone is registered to vote and that all of you have the opportunity to help out. As of today, you have only 30 days left to register to vote in Florida. And so you need to get started today. Register here with one of our volunteers or go home and register online at gottaregister.com. That's GOTTA register.com. And make sure that all of your friends know about this too. We need your help to make sure that every single voice is heard in this election. So today, I want all of you to sign up for a shift to help us register voters this Saturday or Sunday, and during our voter registration weekend of action, which is in October leading up to the deadline on October 9th. And after you sign up, we will follow up with you to make sure that we schedule you for the event that's closest to you. We also have volunteers and staff outside who can register and update your registration information today. So, before you leave, I want all of you to look for the people walking around with the clipboards. Can everyone raise them up? Great. So these are the folks that you all need to look out for. Once you've signed up, we will follow up with you about joining your neighborhood team and getting involved. And if you're on your phone all of the time like I am, go ahead and pull it out. Okay, let's all text OFAFL, that's O, F as in Florida, A, F as in Florida, L, to 62262. That spells Obama, 62262. And you will get a free Florida for Obama bumper sticker in the mail. Woo! And this is also a great way for you to keep in touch with the campaign and make sure that you get the local updates directly to your phone. Okay, again, it's OFAFL to 62262. And if you have a smartphone, you can go ahead and download the Obama for America app. It's the latest and most innovative one-stop shop for all of you to keep up to date on the events, the President's record, and his vision for moving the country forward. President Obama has always said that this campaign was never about him, and it's not about me either. It's about all of us and what we can achieve together. So please make your voice heard in this election. I cannot stress this enough. We need you. Sign up today to protect the change that we've all fought so hard for. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senator Bale Nelson.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are in a position in a critical time in the history of this country to make a difference. You realize that the state of Florida, so goes Florida, so goes the nation. All of the political pundits will tell you that Florida, with its 29 electoral votes, if the president wins Florida, that's the election. So you see, what you have the opportunity to do. And of course, in a race that's considered to be close in Florida, it could be that extra effort that you make talking to your friends and neighbors. Now, I want to give you just a couple of thoughts of why this is so important. I have never seen it as mean and as extreme in the politics as we are seeing today. For example, it seems like that the truth doesn't mean anything anymore. You've seen these attack ads. You've seen them against the president. You've seen the attack ads against me. All the fact checkers like PolitiFact have said that they are false, in some cases so ridiculously false, they call it pants on fire false. And here's an example. They say that the president's health care, which they derisively called Obamacare, they say it cut $716 billion out of Medicare. That's not true. It's exactly the opposite. It saved $716 billion. And where did the savings come from? It came from health insurance companies that were charging too much in the old Medicare Advantage program. And you know, with those savings, what happened? It extended the life of Medicare for another 8 years. Now that's the truth. And of course, you have seen the other things. You know, this attitude, well, we want to repeal Obamacare. But then when you get down to the specifics, ask them, well, what part do you want to repeal? You know, Governor Romney on one of the talk programs this morning started backing off and said he didn't want to repeal the part that an insurance company can't cancel you in the middle of your coverage, and that an insurance company, in law, by the way, in the law that we passed, can't deny you coverage for a pre-existing condition. So when you look at the specifics of the law, and oh, by the way, here's a good one. You know how they say that, oh, this is government health care? Well, it's exactly the opposite. When you expand the 45 million people in this country that do not have health insurance by bringing them into the private health insurance marketplace, that is private enterprise. And what that will do for you in Florida on a family policy on private health insurance, right now you're paying between $800 and $1,000 a year of your annual premiums to pay for the people that don't have health insurance, that go to the emergency room and can afford it but don't pay. We have lowered the health insurance premiums as a result of this law. Now, I wanted to share this with you. It's a complicated piece of legislation, but you can't oversimplify and then twist the real meaning, and that's what is happening in this campaign. And so that brings to us a much greater responsibility to try to get the truth out. Finally, I want to tell you, notice, it is now President Obama and the Democrats that are owning the strong national security and national defense. And of course, you've heard a lot of commentary. It was an extraordinary event on the utilization of intelligence, extensive intelligence, to find out where he was, and then the quick, lethal, surgical, stealthy strike by the military to take him out. And then notice who's standing up for our veterans as they come home. I have the privilege on Tuesday of taking to the floor of the United States Senate the President's Veterans Jobs Corps. And we will pass it, and it will give employment to unemployed veterans coming back from the wars. So, ladies and gentlemen, isn't it pretty clear, the choice that we have? We have a choice on so many things, not the least of which is, are we going to have extremist politics that's outside of the mainstream, or are we going to have a steady leader who is right in the mainstream to take us for the next 4 years?